Flamigo is a new Pokemon released in Gen 9, and it's the first Pokemon to ever make the transition from the video game world into real life. Flamigo saw a bit of usage in competitive singles early on in the generation due to it being new and funny. Flamigo is a lot more threatening than it looks, but eventually it did fall in usage and settled down in the RU tier. RU is a tier where the less powerful, forgotten Pokemon call home, and among the rest of the trash, this Flamingo reigns supreme. Flamigo is currently the #1 ranked Pokemon in the RU viability rankings, and it's among the most central offensive threats in the format. Let's take a look at why Flamigo is so dominant in RU. But first, an important update. The teacup Pokemon Sinistea was on its way to triumphantly take down its nefarious future self, Iron Mugulus. However, through his interconnected web of informants, Spidops caught wind of this and managed to use Sticky Web to bring Sinestea's journey to a screeching halt. Luckily, I was able to get in touch with the famous Pokemon Quaquaval, who agreed to use Rapid Spin to remove the sticky web, but only if JimCool's YouTube channel reaches 24,000 subscribers. Like this video and subscribe to the channel to save this altruistic teacup and help us get one step closer to taking care of Iron Mugulus for good. Thank you. Flamigo has a good attack stat of 115 and a decent base 90 speed, but poor stats everywhere else. Flamigo has a very nice fighting, flying type combination. These are great stab types that hit a large amount of Pokemon, and unlike other flying types, you're neutral to rock thanks to that complementary fighting type. Much like Flamingos in real life, Flamigo is able to target and threaten ghosts. Flamigo has the excellent ability Scrappy, which allows it to hit ghost types with normal and fighting type moves. This means Flamigo is able to hit targets like Goldango and Dragapult with close combat, and it makes close combat even more spammable than it already was. Flamigo is obviously not at the appropriate power level for OU, due to its poor bulk and below average speed for the format, and there are far better choices, but if you really wanted to, you could probably make this thing work in OU. Flamigo can be a decent wall breaker thanks to Scrappy close combat being so difficult to safely switch into, and threatening the common ghost types of the tier, and the ever-valuable U-turn helps you pivot and keep up momentum. Where Flamigo really shines is in its home, the RU tier. Flamigo's high attack, the immediate threat of its high power stab moves, the ability to threaten ghost types like Frostlass and Sableye, and access to U-turn have made it a central offensive presence in the format. There are other options for U-turn users in the format such as Komala and Primeape, but Flamigo is the one that hits the hardest and is easiest to fit on teams. Choice Scarf is the most popular option on Flamigo, helping it get the jump on some of the format's faster threats and enhance the value of U-turn. Choice Band is obviously a great option too, to enhance your immediate damage output and help you break through teams. Close Combat, Brave Bird, and U-turn are a given on these sets, but the fourth move slot is pretty flexible. Throat Chop is a nice option for some extra coverage that can threaten important targets like Slowbro. Roost is also a good option. This may seem bad on a choice locked set, but it can be nice to force the enemy out and then heal yourself up as they're switching, helping you get more out of your Flamigo later in the game. Tailwind is another option to consider here, providing your teammates with double speed, which can be useful to help prevent an enemy Choice Scarfer from cleaning up. Flamigo has the power to threaten a large portion of the metagame, but the format has started to adapt to its presence. If Flamigo is the offensive king of RU, then Slowbro is the defensive king. This former OU Pokemon, with its great physical defense and access to Regenerator, is a common presence in the metagame, and it helps keep Flamigo in check, acting as a very safe switch-in. Even a Choice Band boosted Throat Chop will only do a maximum of 48% to Slowbro, and with the help of regen healing, you can recover most of that back and punish their choice lock. Alamomola can also answer Flamigo in a similar way. It can take a hit from Flamigo safely, recover that health back with Regenerator, and react to whatever they lock themselves into, while figuring out what item they have in the process. Of course, any Pokemon with U-turn has inherent counterplay against their defensive switch-ins thanks to the ability to pivot into another Pokemon that threatens whatever switched in. If you want to punish Flamigo's U-turn, Belly Bolt is a good option. The ability Static has a 30% chance to paralyze any Pokemon that makes contact with Belly Belly Bolt, meaning you can punish Flamigo for spamming U-turn too much, eventually paralyzing them and crippling them for the remainder of the game. While a Scarf Flamigo does outspeed a lot of the metagame, some other choice Scarf users can outrun it, such as Crocodile, the Paldean Tauros forms, and Mismagius. These Pokemon can effectively threaten Flamigo and force it out. Flamigo is a pretty simple Pokemon, but I think it's a fun new addition to Gen 9. It's nice to have a new Pokemon with Scrappy in a world where ghosts are more powerful than ever. While it is a top tier Pokemon in RU, it doesn't seem overwhelming at all, with many common ways to answer it and respond to it. What do you think of Flamigo? Are you upset that they made a Pokemon that is literally just a Flamingo? Or do you enjoy this great Pokemon and all that it has to offer? What would you like me to talk about next? Let me know down below in the comments. And thank you for watching. Thank you to Tog Key from the Smogon Discord for providing me with some knowledge about the impact of Flamigo on the RU format. Much appreciated. Thank you to the patrons. Become a patron to appear on this fun end screen alongside your favorite Pokemon, as well as various other rewards such as video requests.
The money got different, cause of what I'm spending. The money got different.
Oh, it's
Cause of what
Megaphone!
I'm spending.
Oh,
The money
KO
got
by
different.
one hit! It
Cause
scattered
of what I'm
light!
spending. The money got different.